Hello everybody, welcome again. It's Friday and it's time for another review. Yay! Hope it's been a good week. It's not been a bad one for me, but we're not getting any sleep at the moment with the little one, but hey ho, such is life. Anyway, we have got another review for you, and today we're looking at a old-ish one, which is the East Coast Main Line London to Peterborough route add-on for Train Simulator. Awesome. I say awesome, obviously it's iconic for everybody. Obviously, East Coast Main Line, West Coast Main Line, the two of them, if you're into trains, you know the history there, and you know why they're iconic and important. So, yeah, this is, obviously goes all the way from London King's Cross, and goes north to Peterborough, does the add-on. Yeah, you get, what do you get with it? You get 9 scenarios with it, and let's be honest, these are the old style scenarios. So this route came out on December 2013, according to the Steam store anyway. And obviously back then the scenarios were a bit crap, if I'm being honest. You know, they're not really what's the right word? They're not really realistic. You know, they're quite boring are the scenarios, because you're driving for hours and you don't see another train. And we're on about the East Coast Main Line here, a really busy route, certainly between Peterborough and London. So yeah, they're all right. You get nice scenarios with it, and you get the whatever the mileage is, 76 miles from London to Peterborough. So it's the old style of route, really. You know, they're longer than what newer ones are. You know, it's actually quite detailed. It's a nice route to drive. There's obviously lots going on. See the amount of track bed that you actually get to see here. You know, it covers stations such as Welwyn Garden City, Potters Bar, Hatfield. You know, there's significant landmarks along the route that you can see. So yeah, it's pretty well detailed. It's a nice, interesting sort of route to drive. Is probably the right word. You get it says it comes with cost 43, but you know that's in the European Asset Pack, so yeah. And you also get the Class 365 in First Capital Connect, which is great. So a decent, interesting locomotive with that. What else do you get? We've covered that it starts at King's Cross. We've covered. There's a few freight yards on the route. There's a post office depot at Peterborough included. And yeah, there's some quick drive stuff, but yeah, it's a quick drive, isn't it? They're a bit rubbish, if I'm being honest. So yeah, is it worth the money? Is it interesting? Is it true to real life? Is it worth the money? Is it good value for money? Are you going to come back and play it again? What's the playability like? Well, for me, I think it's an interesting route. Some of the high-speed stuff, or some of the straight stuff, let's word it that way, can be a little bit boring. I did one last week on the Liverpool to Manchester route, and I do find that boring. Where there are, you know, the stations quite regularly. There's some interesting sections around London Euston, through the tunnels and that lot. So it is quite a good drive. I think one thing, just that little bit we've gone past there, where the sort of TDM is there. They've kind of done the usual thing. So if you zoom out on the mini-map, do you want to call it a mini-map? The map, anyway. There is a load more track bed off to the east, past there, which I think there are actually 2 different ways potentially you could go up to. I don't think it's Welwyn Garden City, but there is a station further up where there's a different way that you can go. They've done the usual, where there's a lot of track bed in there, but they haven't bothered to put the scenery in. So as soon as you disappear down that line a little bit, you run out of scenery very, very quickly. I emailed Dovetail Games months ago before I did this review, and yeah, they've done the usual where they've just completely ignored my email. Maybe I'm emailing the wrong person. I'm emailing press at. And I thought, well, I'm doing reviews, maybe does it qualify as press? Maybe I should try technical support in the future. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of trackbed up there with no scenery. And my question was, are you going to actually release some scenery for it? Heard nothing. It's the same response as I got when I asked about the Ipswich line. There you go. So yeah, anyway, I went off track there. That's not a pun, I do apologise. So yeah, the interesting stuff is sort of more around London, I think I was saying. Obviously there's some very slow sections and how to get you in and out. Once you get out of that first sort of couple of miles of London Euston, then certainly in these high-speed trains you do get to stretch your legs. It's 125 mile an hour, it's 4-track sections, sometimes it goes down to 2-track. The default scenarios are, like I said, originally a bit naff. You'll see not a train for ages, and it's very repetitive. What you can see in the background is the add-on scenario from Armstrong Powerhouse. They've got a couple of scenario packs out for it. One's passenger, one's freight, and it's 76 miles, which is, I think that's great. You know, there is that variety in this route where you've got stopping services, you've got express services. There is the option for freight working in there. So yeah, it's good. I like this route. I've come back to it a few times. There's obviously some extra locomotives that you can get with it, include scenario packs. I think it's cost 180, which comes in Grand Central. There's a couple of scenarios that will go with this. There's the First Capital Connect cost 321 that you can get. You can also you can buy it as a twin pack. So if you just want this route, it's $19.99. So slightly cheaper than kind of like a full price route, but it has been out sort of 2.5, nearly 3 years now. You can buy it as a twin pack, which includes the route and the local. I personally think that twin pack is a little bit overpriced, let's face it. All them twin packs they bundle things up to make good value for money. But if you're buying the route just by itself for $19.99, well, that cost $321 is, that's a tenner. It's nearly full price. And you look at the new routes like the South London line, and you've got 2 locals as a bundled pack for an additional £2. So don't understand the pricing on that one. Avoid wait till the steam sale and you'll get that a lot cheaper. In terms of the scenery and everything, well, yes, it's 2.5 years old, but it still looks pretty good. It's one of them. It doesn't look as, I won't say as bad as West Coast Mainline North. I'm going to say it doesn't look as old. Let's word it that way. Occasionally you get the usual jitters of lag and stuff like that that you get because of the trying to load the scenery and things like that. And it's particularly bad around London Euston, and once you get out, it gets better. But it looks nice. It's overhead power, and yeah, it's a nice, interesting, varied route to drive. I think it's what I would take from it. I think the other nice things is if you're willing to go outside the Dovetail Games, what's the right word? Field of vision. Let's word it that way. It's Friday. I'm tired and the baby's not slept, so my language is not good this week. You can obviously buy from Just Trains the East Coast Main Line York to Newcastle Modern, which is electrified. You can buy the Newcastle to Edinburgh add-on. I'm going to have reviews of both coming very, very soon. I've not had a chance to play the Newcastle to Edinburgh part. It's a bloody long route, and at the moment I don't have the time to fully explore it, but yeah, there'll be a route review coming with that. There's that middle section from Peterborough up to York. Now, there is an add-on for it, and I can't remember whose bike run. I think by Fastlane. Can't remember. Whoever did China Clay for Export, I think it's them. I've actually done it as an add-on, so you can buy it. I've not got it, so I don't know if it's any good. But so there, if you actually bought all them, you can actually drive all the way from London all the way to Edinburgh if you've got a lot of time on your hands. So yeah, you can absolutely do it, which is nice because I like that joined up thing. Also, once you get to Edinburgh, there's Edinburgh to Glasgow and the Edinburgh to, is it Dundee? Might be Dundee. And Perth, I think it is. It's a Just Trains add-on, so it's joining up. We're getting there, and we get that nice sort of route overlap, which I really like. That's one thing for me. I like to know I can go from one place to another and have that join up route if I really want it. So yeah, that is the London to Peterborough route. I think for 20 quid, there's a lot worse routes out there that you can buy, and you'll have hours and hours and hours of fun if you go out and buy it. Yeah, so it is what it is, as I say. I'm not raving about it, as you can probably tell. It's not one of these where I'm getting really excited about it, but it's not a bad route. Yeah, you'll like it if you get it. So I hope this review was informative and useful as usual. If you like it, please like and please subscribe. And I will see you in a week's time for another review next week. Take care. Bye bye.